Hello, how are you, Gabby?
Hi, Sam. Nice to see you again.
Well, we've got a plan, haven't we, Gabby? We have a plan and a project that we are launching to the world called With Wisdom. What does with wisdom mean to you?
It means to me when I was listening to you, it came the image of together with the wisdom, not like a hierarchical way of that upward to downward, but together with the wisdom of the complete beings that we are, no, in the body, in spirit, in the world, in relationship. That's what it's meant to bring in all these different aspects of our life to live as an integrative being or person.
And when I said the words aloud as well, I had mind, body, spirit. And spirits, for some people, might use the word soul, but there's that kind of wholeness in self. But I've definitely in community with other people. Hence why I think the with piece is an invitation to bring others and other thinking into this conversation. Is
Yeah,
that resonated with you? I know when I'm saying that, I'm
totally.
thinking, oh, sounds cool, Sam.
Yeah, and as as preparation, we were speaking, and I was mentioning to you that for me, we are a community of entities. Only myself, Gabriela. I'm not a one entity or entity, or
Mm,
I don't know, or
one
one thing.
identity. Yeah, yes. Or
I
one
have
part.
met. It's a cooperation between different parts of myself. No, I'm like in the Chinese medicine. No, that they see these different organs or meridians or faces. They are all working together. They have different aspects and they bring different things into the table. So for me, this project that we are launching is about bringing to the table all these different entities of ourselves in a coherent and integrative mode together with others
Absolutely. Together
to
with others
find
is key.
yeah
Yeah.
to find other new ways of relating to ourselves and to the world and to and to the world in communities, in creation, in work.
Mm. And I also see with wisdom, it is also around notion of self. And I've got and I'm wearing my yin and yang jumper again. I will change my jumper at some point, but it might be here for a while. But this notion of the sort of the kind of masculine energy and the more feminine energy, the more kind of out there energy, the more reflective energy. But there's that balance that we get. And with the notion of self, I really am hoping through our conversations and what we offer out to people that people will leave our conversations with a renewed or new or renewed aspect of self that has come to the surface through our conversations. So there may be some new self awareness that they may um, get through our conversations or acknowledge through our conversations. And there may be a new technique that will support them manage themselves well. And in that growth of self, with the wisdom that we're sharing, these our listeners and our viewers will feel some renewed strength and energy to show up in the world where we want you to grow new leaders, the new leaders of the future, people who are going to help everyone flourish, whatever the color of their skin, their gender, their nationality, their cultural beliefs or religious beliefs, that everybody is supported. What do you feel about that, Gabby?
Well, I'm feeling that we are in a time in the world, and I think individually also in a time that something completely different is asked from ourselves. We are already dreaming, envisioning a different way of being in community, in global community. And what you were just saying is my aspiration, that through the sharings, not only of techniques or conversation or inquiries or explorations, opening ourselves to not knowing everything and to weave together the answers. We find a way where all this, as I said, for example, all of me can be included, all of you can be included in a thread or in a way that we feel all welcome. We give welcome to ourselves. We welcome the differences, and we see that this unity enriched by diversity will bring us a lot of richness. And we also, for me, it's important to be aware that we, you and me, I mean, many people, we are in a point of our life that it's key and vital that we think about the legacy we want to give to the world, and that we are having the great opportunity to help shape the future generation. Whether we are parents or not, we are shaping in all our relationships, in all our encounters with other, or giving these seeds of wisdom, or enabling all this new generation, this freshness to come and to emerge and to be listened to.
Absolutely. And that whole piece when you just said, whether you're parents or not, because actually we are all parents of the future generation in all of our interactions day to day. And actually there is a new world that is ready to be birthed. I kind of feel it in my bones and inside me. I'm not sure how that will be, but like with any birth, I think it's going to be a little bit disruptive. And I'm not saying that this is all about disruption, this way that we're working together, but there is something around acknowledging it and holding that, and be in a safe place for people who are finding change really overwhelming right now. Because actually in that overwhelm, we can get stuck and we can get in that freeze place. So I'm hoping that people will get some resource from us to support them when they're feeling overwhelmed, to go back out into the world, to be in community in a really positive way, to support the birth of a new world that might be much more equitable and inclusive and really embrace all of our diversity. And I know that maybe people are thinking, is this a DEI thing? And it's not about that. It's what it actually is about that. Maybe I should cut that. I like that about that diversity piece, because it is about bringing in all of our diverse. So we're looking to, through our work, bring about a more equitable world.
May I share something that I think, listening to you, I think it's not only sharing techniques, and that's my willingness. The interaction between both of us, we come from different cultures, we had a different upbringing, we speak different languages. English is your mother tongue. I have an accent, and sometimes I speak very weirdly some words and all this stuff, but nonetheless, we have the willingness to create something together, because as you mentioned today earlier in another conversation, there's something that is always bringing us back together again. And the beauty of that is that today, that's what I want to share. I had the experience that I was vulnerable, and I shared with you something where I was finding friction and a limitation inside myself, and being in a safe space that we have created through the years that we have since we know each other after the training in the somatic school, allow me to find a way to flow through that limitation, to do the thing we wanted to do, that was recording today, a Qigong exercise, respecting my feeling in the moment without being violent or forcing myself to do it, but nonetheless doing it. So, for example, just that people understand, I shared today still to self conscious to record myself in my full body, because I had a history with my body and how I inhabit it and how I see myself. And I engaged and compromised to record a Qigong exercise, but I was not feeling like it. And I could today, thanks to all the teachings and the learnings and the training, which we want to share through these talks and conversations, I was able to be honest with myself, that I could be able to be honest with Sam. In the past, I would have been angry, because that was my automatic response. I was angry, frustrated, without knowing what was causing this anger. I would be angry with Sam that forced me to do Qigong or whatever. And instead of that, that's a deep transformation of this work. And it's not a work that is done alone, it's in relationship, in community. I could be able open up and then have a feeling of, it's okay. I'm still not there yet. I don't know if I will be there yet to record my full body or anything, but I'm acknowledged. I am recognized for my feelings, and I invited to do it in a different way. So this is an example of what I want to bring through this conversation, because it's not only about talking or reflecting or discussing theoretical things. This is the work Sam and myself are doing with our clients, with ourselves, in our relationships. And that's my hope for the world, that we can more and more find spaces where I can come, be honest, and find a solution around it that is respectful for everybody. And
you
it's
talked
possible.
about the Qigong exercise. For me right now, actually that was a stretch for me. And when you watch that video later on, when we let it go in a couple of weeks, you'll think, oh, but Sam, all you're doing is swaying. But for me right now, that was tough. So actually, again, it's recognizing what our limits are, where we can go, but creating this space. And that was the beauty of that activity, was creating this space for other possibilities to come out.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
It feels a bit strange as we're talking, because people are going, oh, but you're talking about things in the future, you're talking about things in the past. But we wanted to just share what With Wisdom is around, and it's going to evolve, isn't it? It is going to evolve, because we are ever-changing beings. The world is ever-changing. The seasons are ever-changing. So this is where we are right now. And we're going to maybe, we always talk about this, hold it lightly. Just hold it lightly to see what comes up.
Yeah, well, that we were talking, I think you hit the key, creating space for the new to emerge with a structure, with a structure and a container, but also porosity, like our skin. We could not be in contact with the world if we would have an armor. We would not be feeling the world, but we need a skin, we need a boundary, we need a structure to be Gabriela or to be you. But it's still allowing this exchange with the external world, with the internal world. And that's it. With Wisdom is a place where we want to create space with our structures that we have been gathering through the years, with the wisdom of the seasons and the years and our own experiences and trainings, but also giving the porosity to the new to come and to change it, and to enter in contact with the world.
But we would also like to kind of share with our community that we have some sort of themes that you will notice. And there may not be in any particular order, but there will be something around the seasons. There's definitely going to be a seasonal flavour to our work. There might be a time when we might invite a guest on to chat with us around something that they are sharing with the world in terms of that invitation of getting to know self. We may offer a meditation, or we might offer a breathing exercise, or Gabby may offer some Qigong to share. It may be one or some of those in it over a period of a couple of weeks. And we might do a little bit of a book share, and it will be both of us taking a book that we will read and then just having a short chat around that book. And we would love for people to be joining in with that if they felt that they would like to, through the comments section of the video. So there's lots of different ways that you can engage with us. And there are lots of different ways that we are going to be engaging with each other, and with the theme of With Wisdom. Really hope that you have stayed to the end of this little video watching with us, and we're going to welcome you to our first video, which will be dropping next Friday. Anything you want to add, Gabby?
No, just come and let yourself be in the space and be curious, be open, and let's enjoy the ride with the wisdom.
Yes, with wisdom, absolutely, with wisdom.